I've managed to make it to the top 8 of my division in the Smacky Cup. How's it going, guys and gals? This is Advanced Warrior here, and welcome back to another Advanced Wars by Web replay commentary. As you heard in the introduction, I mentioned that I made it to the top 8 of my division in my first ever Fog tournament, the first Smacky Cup. So, before we get to where we are now, I first want to explain, I guess, how I got to the top 8 here. I had to win 5 games in order to make it to the top 8. So, round 1 is on my YouTube channel. You saw in that Sammy mirror. I was able to capture the base before my opponent did, and then I think it just like slowly snowballed over there, and I was able to win my first game. The second game, also on my channel, my opponent seemed to have not picked the... No, it's very obvious. They weren't able to pick a CO, and then they just default to Sammy in a tier 1 game. I played as Sasha, had my opening as Sasha, and Sammy fought for a little bit, but eventually over time, I should have been able to beat Sammy, but my opponent unfortunately timed out, and I moved on to round 3. Round 3, my opponent just resigned day 1. I was kind of surprised by it. They didn't time out, they resigned on day 1. It was a resign. I was like, whoa, what just happened? I think it was because they were expecting a different CO or something. I was Andy and they were Kindle. I think Kindle has the advantage in that game, but I don't know. Maybe something just happened. They couldn't play the tournament, so they just wanted to get out of the game. I never got to figure out why they resigned. Round 4, I think it was in Olaf mirror. It only lasted 10 days because my opponent resigned. I think it was because they wanted to play in another tournament, but the tournament limit is only 5. Like, when you're already in 5 tournaments, then you can't join another game. So I guess they just chose to leave this one to go to the other one. So then I made it to round 5. Round 5, I actually picked Sammy. And my opponent picked Sammy. Or I think they picked Sammy. I think it was like the same case with round 2 where it just defaults to Sammy. Because they didn't even play a single turn. They just timed out. So 16 days for round 1, 16 days for round 2, no turns for round 3, 10 turns for round 4, and no turns for round 5. I had a total of like 42 turns. 42 turns in my first 5 rounds of my Smacky Cup run. Now, I don't know if this is a unique experience or not, but I don't want that to deter you from participating in tournaments. I still think they're a lot of fun. It's really great that there's like so many people still playing Advance Wars and trying to like be competitive and show off the best. So please don't be deterred by my experience with the tournament, but that's just how it went. So now I am on the top 8. I almost said round 6, but this is like quarterfinals, and we are on this map, tier 3 matchup. This map, Fog, Black Hole, Blazing Sun, Fog in parentheses if you want to look for this map. It is a 3 base, 2 airport map, and the black boat, you have an enemy black boat that can like shimmy back and forth between these 2 shoal tiles, and it can actually block units from moving north or south, depending where you are, moving forward, and then cutting through here to like try to get to the battle. But if you put the black boat here, then it will have to loop around. I think it's it prevents units from going left as well towards the weak side. I'm pretty sure this is the strong side for pink. This is the strong side for black hole here. So yeah, if you keep it here, then it can go forward and prevents it from going left. But if you keep it here, it prevents it from going forward and left. But there is a little timing thing you can do where if an infantry captures the base, and then it can move this way to try to prevent it to being delayed from getting the city. But when you know that the infantry is trying to move up, you can move the black boat and completely block them, and they're gonna try to maneuver around this black boat. So it's a nice little timing thing, which I thought was kind of fun. The airports in the corner are blocked off by pipe seams. I think you definitely want to break open the pipe seam and get this airport so you can help push on your 2 base side. The 1 base side does have to struggle a little bit. If vehicles want to leave, they have to go through 2 forest terrains, and that like really slows it down. HQ is kind of exposed, slightly contested comm towers. This airport is behind a mountain, so only a foot soldier can get here or an enemy copter. I played a practice game on this map actually, and from what I've noticed, this is kind of like an HQ rush kind of map. Maybe it's, you know, not how it should have been played, but my practice game, that's how the map ended up playing out. And yeah, I really feel that, because 2 forest tiles for vehicles to go either direction does really make you very concerned for your HQ. At least in 2 turns, an infantry can cross the river, and then it can interrupt the cap from one of these 2 tiles, and you might be fine there. But if they have a whole army there, you better hope that you build vehicles on earlier turns to try to stop them from getting your HQ. Another reason that this made me think this was an HQ map was because, although it's a tier 3 game, Sammy was banned. If I remember correctly, Sammy was banned. Like, after my first game, I was just like, okay, so you can actually, like, you know, try to rush the HQ. I would pick Sammy for that situation, but Sammy's not here. Does that mean that Sammy is tier 2 on this map? I kind of want to see that for myself. Maybe I actually might give that a try. Hey, it's post-edit Advanced Warrior here. So at the time that I'm editing this video, I actually heard that banning Sammy was actually a mistake by the people running the tournament, and it just slipped through, I guess. So initially, Sammy was supposed to be available, whether it should be tier 4 or tier 3, I don't really know, but it was initially kinda strange to me to see Sammy being banned on a tier 3 fog match. Alright, so back to the video. But yeah, now we're getting into COs, and unfortunately for you guys who might be bored of mirror matches, both of us ended up picking Andy. I think Andy was just a very safe pick for us. There's also double airport, and I believe the income, if it was split evenly, the income is 25, so it is fairly high. Andy does like high income maps because he can tech up to bigger units that are harder to kill, and when units are harder to kill, they live. And when Andy's units live, he can just hide them and then pop the hyper upgrade, and then they'll be back to full strength and a bit extra with some movement, an attack boost, and a little bit of a defense boost because of the nature of CO powers in Advanced Wars by Web. Couple of roads, couple of plains, couple of forests. Yeah, I think that's not too much to mention there. So, yeah, my opponent is Banjoey. Banjoey was actually the #1 seed in our top 8 division. I was the 8th seed, so of course I was going to face the #1 seed. Banjoey, I don't know a whole lot about Banjoey, but what I've seen from them, they're pretty good at live play. And they're also pretty creative, from one of my friends who made a replay commentary against them. So I did not underestimate Banjoey. In fact, you shouldn't underestimate anyone at all. But when I found out I was going up against Banjoey, I knew that I was going up against a tougher opponent, and I, you know, can't afford any mistakes if I want a chance against Banjoey. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this game, because it was fun to me, and I hope Banjoey enjoyed it as well. So without further ado, let us begin. I changed the facing direction for player 1 to face to the right, player 2 to face to the left, which is me. And I was Purple Lightning, but I decided to make myself Pink Cosmos just so you can differentiate the two enough. You're welcome. So, Banjoey makes the infantry, of course, and immediately blocks the base with the black boat. I think that's pretty smart to do. Just make sure you don't forget it. And we pretty much have the same thing. Banjoi's immediately going for the base and the closest city that Banjoi can get. So I move up and I go ahead and get the city. Same thing on my one base side, and yeah, it's nothing but infantry for now. Potential for a day 3 recon to come out, but there will be no day 3 recon coming from Black Hole over here. So I capture the base, and no, never mind. I could have gone here to get this, but I can also go here to get that, so it doesn't matter. I move up, get this. I want a more forward presence, which is why I'm not getting this. I've been thinking, like, since this is slow, I could maybe go for like closer cities, and then when I go for other cities, I'd have a vehicle in time to try to protect my units. You don't want to be forward too much and then you just have like no vehicles out there. And Banjoi builds this artillery. I agree with the artillery. You definitely want to break open specifically this pipe seam and this pipe seam here, because the side just kind of, maybe it's not so bad because you'd be here, you'd cover a little bit, but I think me and Banjoi just opted for the safe, guarantee forward kind of airport. So I'm capturing cities. I have this infantry go for this city, and I have this infantry going for the airport. I think I timed these two for a certain like similar timing to capture these cities. We'll see. So I move this infantry, get that city, move this infantry forward, and I build an APC. I will admit, this APC was... I didn't think of an APC when I like played the first couple of turns. This APC was like, you know what? There's like a neat little thing I could do with the APC, like 2 or 3 things. What I could have done is potentially city skip, and then when I capture this, and when I finish capturing, I can build the APC, so the APC immediately has an infantry that it can boost. But because this was a APC that I thought of pretty late, it is not going to be able to have that first opportunity boost. So Banjoi actually makes a mistake here on day 5, moving the black boat, because you expect the black boat to sit here. So what you want to do is that you want to put an infantry here, and then it can just go around the black boat and capture it in 2 turns. If Banjoi had done this right, let's say I do this, block, and it's like an extra turn where I don't get the city. But this was like not extremely early. This was like one turn early for Banjoi here, and honestly, I'm a little flattered because Banjoi was expecting me to try to do the sneaky little loop around, so I appreciate that. But this was unfortunately a turn early, and I'm actually going to take to me a pretty big advantage from this mistiming here from Banjoi. So Banjoi does the same thing, trying to get this airport. Actually no. Never mind that. I was wondering if Banjoi like had the first infantry go here and then skip, but you know, you can go back and check. But yeah, Banjoi has the artillery in position to blast either pipe seam. Definitely gonna blast this one. So I capture the cities I can, and I start moving towards the properties I can, and instead of moving all the way here, I move this infantry on the shoal. So now this black boat, it says it can, but this black boat cannot move to this shoal tile here. It cannot block my base. I'm not going to keep it there forever, but I am going to take full advantage of this infantry and this APC, or maybe next infantry, but an infantry will come out from here and this APC will give it a boost. You'll see what I mean. So I just move it out as far as an infantry can to the forest, and after this forest it can freely go wherever, and you'll see what I do with this APC. So Banjoi does the smart thing, trying to sneak around the black boat. It can't move. It cannot move here and then start capturing, because the black boat can see it, and if it sees an infantry there, then it's just gonna stay right there. So Banjoi, I'm pretty sure, definitely blasted the pipe seam here, getting the city, the airport. Nice little 3 chain here, and goes for a double recon opening here. So this kind of surprised me. Before this game started, I was actually able to catch a replay of Banjoey's practice game, and what I saw in that practice game was, I think it was like maybe next turn, or I can't exactly remember, but Banjoey did not start off with artillery and recons. Banjoey actually started off with artillery and tanks. So these recons, they're gonna catch me by surprise, because I'm expecting tanks. I was fully, I was guessing that Banjoey is doing the same opening that they did during their practice game, and I'm pretty sure they won their practice game too, so if it's not broke, then don't fix it. Something like that. But it is my turn, and boom, I do exactly what you want to do on this map, prevent this infantry from capturing the city here. But I did a little blocking here, so you might expect Banjoey to do that exact same thing. I get the airport, nice little chain here. I could probably go for either with this infantry here. So I move the APC, and I boost it to capture the city. But I also have this APC boost this comm tower. A little less impressive, but I have seen this comm tower, fought around, so I just wanted to ensure I have this comm tower. And I also think it also goes for the timing of the pipe seam breaking down here as well. So I opt to go for the city instead of the city. And I capture the city here, and I finally move this infantry to its full movement. Not blocking it, because that's not what I want to do. I can achieve a little more by putting this infantry here, and I finally build the artillery, and the timing is perfect with the artillery and infantry capturing the comm tower. So it's a little more impressive now that I have the comm tower in capturing range. So Banjoey immediately blocks it back. Now I just have to opt to moving around that black boat. Banjoey doesn't take advantage of that though. So Banjoey moving the recons out, and the infantry trying to get the city. Recon moving down, and a tank to follow up with the 2-base side. Makes a lot of sense. So let's see here. I move it back, so now we're both in a spot where we want to be, just to keep blocking units. I move the artillery this way. I can only shoot at this pipe seam, but I'm aiming for that pipe seam anyways. So I go ahead and get that capture. This one as well. I capture this city. I move forward, and yeah, cities are just being taken. And this, look at this. APC moves on to this lab. Infantry gets boosted to capture this city. If this mountain was not here, I can pretty much do that. But because this mountain is here, I can move here. 1, 2, 3. Cannot capture that city. Because Banjoey mistimed the black boat down here, and I blocked it for another turn, and allowed this infantry to move its full movement, I can boost the infantry in range of the city. This APC just basically made this infantry ignore this mountain for one turn. I was honestly pretty proud of myself for that. So I finally build 2 tanks. The recons are coming here, but I didn't expect recons, so I didn't go for a tank on my weak side here. But this tank isn't going to be leaving this river shoal area just yet. So recon is moving up, has vision of this city if I go for it. Goes for this city here. Captures the city here. The lab. Probably not going to capture the lab. Sees that I have the comm tower. Moving more infantry in range to capture cities. Builds a battlecopter. Turn 8 battlecopter. I have yet to have an anti-air, so this copter was pretty early. And as you can see, the artillery has broken the pipe seam. This infantry can capture the airport the next turn. This is what I do. So I capture the comm tower, and I capture all these cities. From my practice game, I learned this from my practice game. I thought maybe I could go, oh, I capture this city, this city, this city. It's a nice little 3-chain, but I decided to try to see if I could get maybe the 2-chain here. So this infantry in the back can capture this. In my practice game, I captured this city, infantry moved out, and it just could not capture. So I made sure that this infantry was able to capture a city right after it captured the airport by skipping this city and moving it over here. So yeah, I just pressed a few keys and nothing happened. So I believe what happened was this artillery, boosted by the comm tower, was able to shoot. Then the tank actually hit this pipe seam here, because the next turn, this artillery can actually shoot this pipe seam and break it for this infantry to capture this airport. And this tank can just go out and do what it pleases. So I get that city. Thankfully, none of it's in recon range. So I move up, try to get vision on those two cities. I move the tank around. I try to boost an infantry, like tiny little, measly little boost. Capture that city so this infantry can move forward. I build another artillery because, like I said, my practice game kind of showed me that this map was an HQ rush kind of map. So, you know, a little bit of a death ball. Artillery is great for sieging bases, HQs, same thing. Death balls, no one wants to fight into a death ball, especially with all that artillery. So, Banjoey here doesn't have the comm tower yet. So yeah, I said these comm towers were sort of contested. Like if I just try to move in and interrupt, I'll just die because it's my opponent's 2-base side. But Banjoey doesn't even let that happen because recon is on the tower. This recon actually blocks this city, and I think it kind of helped me out a little bit because I probably would have been greedy and tried to get this city instead of this city here. But now I only just have one option, and it's just to get the city. And this infantry will actually be in range of these tanks here. So I let this airport capturing infantry get that city. So next turn, this can probably go for that. I say probably because enemies are pretty close. So I break the pipe seam. I'm able to get that airport. Get a nice little boost with the APC. Tank moves up. Can actually protect the infantry. If it attacks from a plane, then it definitely can, but if it attacks from a road, I'd have to move and then move in and hit. I just like move it one tile because I could get vision from it, or maybe I move it all the way back. And this is a little a little bit of information, but there is tank coverage, thankfully. Try to go for this city here. Artillery moves up, and it looks like I could shoot the black boat, but I don't opt to do that. So I move up and I see a recon. I'm just like, whoa, that's recons. That's, I was expecting tanks. The practice game showed me tanks. And so I like get my own double recon because I'm like losing vision. No, not losing vision. I never had vision to begin with. And I also get this anti-air, hopefully to deter any copters that may come out from this base. And Banjoey actually had the artillery here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moved here to actually shoot my black boat. I will be able to move the black boat at the very least if I want to save it another turn, but you'll see Banjoey is going to take advantage of me simply moving the black boat. So Banjoey goes on the offensive on the 1-base side, which is a little surprising. Okay, so this one's fair. I most likely don't have an anti-air this early. This was like a turn 8 copter, so yeah, this was a bit of a surprise. And yeah, Banjoey just moves in and hits my infantry next to the comm tower. I could sit on that comm tower and go for an engagement, but this anti-air would not be able to cover that tank, unfortunately. So we have an anti-air, tank, and artillery. One base side artillery. I wonder why. Anti-air is great, even though I don't have a copter yet. It will be way ahead of the game, way ahead to stop any air units. Unlike my my 2-base side here. So I go for these 2 cities, and I'm hoping to get them. I'm actually going to get those cities. Wow. I was kind of surprised I got those cities. I didn't get this city, so yeah, it sucks. Anti-air moves up, and I'm like, yeah, that's another full boost right there. And I'm like, yeah, no, like I can't fight into that. Like I can definitely move this here, get the vision, and then shoot the recon. But this anti-air will not be in range to protect my tank, unless Banjoey decides to sit over here and then attack. But no, I decided to play it safe. I didn't want to push my luck. Not the best artillery formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, where's this artillery prior? Oh, it just moved here. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, not everything is protected with this little wall here. This infantry is very vulnerable, and this artillery is not pointing at this forest spot. But I don't know if Banjoey would want to push their luck on the one base side, and I just move away, but this just allows a tank to freely come through, so that's unfortunate for me. So Banjoey captures the cities and begins moving the infantry forward, trying to get those 2 cities. Banjoey can see my artillery, but I think that should be expected because this pipe seam was broken. Probably should expect tanks too. Maybe they did see my tank. Should expect tanks too, because there was 2 attacks that I was able to get with to get this pipe seam. Banjoey just had 1 artillery just shooting at that pipe seam. I think it took like 2 or 3 turns. But yeah, that recon moves in, and it's actually pretty fortunate for Banjoey because I cannot get vision of this recon and hit it. I am blind on my one base side. So after I make my little wall, I move the APC up and I move it straight across the river from the base. So yeah, this recon reveals this. I actually decide to push up and death ball a little bit. So now I have a little more better coverage. It's gonna take a bit of force to try to hit these artillery. Maybe a little bit of a mind game from me from not having anything in this forest. But if this infantry is hit and something attacks it, then neither of the artillery can shoot it. So I have my tanks trying to defend my infantry. I'm trying to defend the city as well. So I have my tank cop their tank and mech. The reason I built a mech was because I wanted to take advantage of Andy's movement with the super. I kind of saw it as you have an APC early game, you get a couple boosts, a couple transports, it's good. Late game, it's really good for boosting mechs, and if you have a movement CO such as Sammy, Adder, Cole, and Andy included, only when using the super. Now they all have movement bonuses with their super anyway, with their powers anyways. Andy only gets it with the super, but I wanted to take advantage of that movement exactly and hopefully try to get some cost-effective engagements with those mechs when they get 3 movement from the super. So the black boat is now destroyed, so this tank can now go either way for free, and Banjoey is moving in. Hits the tank. No, hits with the tank and frees up the city to capture it, and captures that other city as well, and it's not defended. This is a free capture for Banjoey. A mistake by me by not having an infantry close enough to try to interrupt that capture. So I'm slightly panicking. But Banjoey is pulling back. Banjoey is smart, good player. Is aware that he shouldn't attack into all this. Builds a recon, anti-air battlecopter. So let's see what I do with. So this one I can't save, unfortunately. Let's see what I do about this city. So the recon just moves up just to get vision, and I try to get the force vision. There's nothing there, fortunately, so I go for this hit to try to save the city. Oh no, it's because I can move up and actually remove the vision from Banjoey. But I decided to pull back because I'm like, yeah, it's getting a little dicey on that side. So I move up all my units. I make the engagement on that city, but that's okay because I have artillery covering my tank, and I have the mech that is covering these two, not this one, unfortunately. Not the best kind of death ball, but artillery already have like less movement than a tank, so It would be cool, but they'd probably be a little too strong. Also, it's fog, so it's a little hard to use them, but the element of surprise is kind of nice. Although Banjoey can see this one artillery. I can't recall if you saw the second one, but Banjoey is making this attack here. I could interrupt this by having the tank hit this, infantry hit that, and then I interrupt. Banjoey is falling up a little bit on their one base side. Moves in, hits the recon. Doesn't kill it, thankfully for me, and builds a rocket. This rocket is going to have a little bit of trouble trying to go through this forest, and then it's okay for these 3 tiles, but then there's another forest tile and then another plains tile. If it wants to go this way, which I expect if I knew Banjoey would build a rocket, I expect it to go towards the right side. So tank, recon, and rocket from Banjoey on this turn. So, although I lost this one, I was able to get this one. I am unfortunately behind on income. So I go for this push here, and yeah, I'm just slowly trying to capture all the cities that I can reach, and I'm protected by tanks, artillery, and a mech, which hasn't been in range of anything yet, but the mech is a nice little cheap deterrent. It's just like, like no one wants their tank to get hit by a mech. So it's a little bit of a psychological thing. I actually get a boost, another full movement with this APC. Boosting is so fun. I'm very happy I built this APC. My only regret was not building it when I could boost something on turn 1, but I'm, pretty happy with, being able to boost over here to get this city and to get this comm tower. I'm not sure if the comm tower would have made a difference with 2 artillery shots and 1 tank. I might do the math for that. I will remind myself to do the math there. But if it was, then this APC helped contribute to breaking open this airport, and it allowed this city to be captured a turn earlier because an infantry was here and then it was able to boost and get that city. So I built an anti-air because, yeah, I'm expecting air units. To my surprise, I don't think I've seen a single air unit yet from Banjoey on their pipe seam side. You'd think it'd be very strong, but yeah, here I don't push my luck. As you can see, I let this get captured, and I just try to protect my cities there. So Banjoey captures that city, now has a 4 income lead. Recon is moving in, trying to get some vision in the middle, and gets that hit, captures the city. Tank moves up for the vision, a little blind, trying to attack on this side, but is able to just capture. And this is looking very dicey. Another 2 more cities are being captured, and this one's protected by an artillery. Yeah, it's very dicey. So moves up and now sees that I have 2 artillery. Definitely sees I have 2 artillery, but Banjoey trying to save that capture by just 1 turn. Me, I let go of a few cities as soon as they were captured. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to lose any units. I'm Andy. The more units I have alive, the more stronger my super will be. So I decide to go for this because I can kill the infantry, and then the tank moves up and is able to hit that anti-air. So this anti-air is not as strong to deal with this copter unless it just hyper upgrade right now. And have I been saying hyper repairs? I'm sorry if I have, if I'm referring to the super. But yeah, I can just hyper upgrade and destroy the copter. But I decide to aggressively move in, and I like copters because they can take engagements like this, like a plane towards the city, and just take no damage in return. This copter also revealed this artillery, which I was very happy to see. And I was very happy that I got this kill too, because now I can occupy this city, and I got that kill. Now I just have vision of everything on this side. I just captured that city, and yeah, that artillery is... Ooh. That artillery is hurt. These 2 infantry are hurt. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Mech still moves slowly, and artillery... I don't know why. I guess I was just like super scared of them being hit, got a second mech coming up, and this covers that, and this covers the same thing. So these artillery aren't really covering anything. I think I was afraid of putting an artillery here because something hits this and that dies, and then something hits the artillery, and I'm just like, well, crap, now I just have one weakened artillery. So yeah, I'm making a big push on this top side here. I have a scrap of units trying to defend the weak side. Rocket moves in. Can only reach that forest. Remember how I said how vehicles have to go through 2 forest tiles if it wants to leave? Yeah, this rocket just like magnified the issue of terrain for the one base side. And Banjoey is actually in range to capture my HQ. Gets the vision, tank hits, second tank comes in, and Banjoey just makes a straight attack. Banjoey could have probably moved this tank forward and like protect it from the front, because now Banjoey doesn't have any units that can shield the infantry from the front. And yeah, this, what is it, 2 HP anti-air? Yeah, 2 HP and 4 HP anti-air, 5 damage to my copter. Yeah, those are strong, but it's 5 HP and we're getting near the supers. But yeah, this tank definitely could have been up here, and then it would have made defending this HQ much more problematic. So Banjoey gets a few good engagements on the top side here, destroys my tank and a couple of other units I wasn't looking at, unfortunately. I'm sorry, rusty Advanced Wars by Web commentator. But I have my super. My HQ is being threatened here. I have a way with the super, you'll see. So first thing I do, I just take this little free engagement, and it's definitely free because my super is just gonna heal me back up. So how much does this do? I'm currently at 141,400. Let's round it down. 141. 148,000, so about 7,000. Not the greatest, but the attack boost, slight little defense boost, and movement boosts are what I'm going to try to take advantage of, as well as this recon healing here. The movement comes into play. Like man, this river, this mountain, and this river are all just being ignored by boosts and movement bonuses, which is kind of funny to me. But yeah, I'm able to take a full movement, and I'm able to free up this space to get 2 angles open on this tank. And I do a strange thing. I actually attack with the recon, and I deal 1 damage. I am trying to remember why exactly I did that. It had to do with these 2 tanks. I wanted a tank here, or maybe it was like this tank could not reach onto this side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This tank cannot reach on this side, but I do have an infantry here. I don't remember why exactly I did this recon first engagement. Maybe in post-editing I might remember why, but I can't remember, unfortunately. But yeah, this recon gave up its forest spot to attack here, so this tank can hit. Infantry, no, not infantry. Tank moves in, gets that double hit, and just what I could have done anti-air here, and anti-air here, infantry hits, and I have a tank on the HQ. Why did I make that so complicated? I really want to remember why I made that move exactly, but sadly I can't. So now I just have an anti-air that can't even hit tanks. I could have been on an HQ and like gotten some more damage out. Although Andy would have repaired it anyways.
Alright guys and gals, I just wanted to make this brief little cut here to try to like explain this whole turn. Like after thinking about it, I finally understood what I was trying to do. So of course I did this attack and I brought this infantry down to 4 HP, and this one has already waited. Yeah, and as you guys saw, that I pointed out that this infantry has already moved, but for some reason after I used the super, it lit back up, but this one has already taken an action. So with the super, this one is brought up to 8 HP, this one is brought up to 10 HP. I think I'll just, press that because, yeah, I'm on my super. And the super allowed me to kill this infantry, allowing this infantry to, pass the river. And so the big thing about this turn was that the only two units that can be on this tile right here were these 2 units. This tank couldn't reach it. This anti-air couldn't reach it. It could it doesn't show the super move, but it only let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it is showing the movement. All right. So yeah, with the movement, you see that I can't even touch this tank. So I wanted something to attack from this side and from this side as well. There's a forest behind this recon, so this tank here can reach the front, but I wanted something to basically attack where this tank was. And this tank right here, this full HP tank versus this 7 HP tank on planes was actually a roll. So that is why you see that I eventually move this recon here, and I forgot what I dropped it to, but oh no, wait, would this have, oh, the copter would have killed actually. So that was a mistake on my end. I didn't see the copter. I'm pretty sure copter's the same thing, right? Yeah, copter's the same thing. It just takes less damage. That's the only change basically. But yeah, I guess I was too scared to use my copter at the time. I mean, my HQ is being captured, so of course the pressure was high, and I decided to attack with this tank, and that kills that because again, the tank back here cannot wrap around to this side here. So this allows this tank to come attack. This infantry can attack all the way. Removes the infantry, and then I just have an anti-air there to just sit on the HQ to try to delay it. I could have used this copter to maybe attack this infantry, but there's already 4 other infantry that can reach it. Only 2 without the power, but these 2 here could definitely reach with the power. So yeah, that is basically why the turn sequence came out that way. I just basically wanted units to be on these 2 tiles, but with some units over here, they could not reach those 2 exact spots. Could have maybe done a little better with the copter, but again, at the time, I guess I didn't notice I had the copter, or I was too scared of the anti-air. Alright, so take it back to the replay.
So I get this artillery hit on the side. We're back on the strong side now. And I move up to see if this copter was blocked on this side. I get the anti-air kill on this on the one base side here, and plus 30% boost. Is able to kill that, and I'm capturing a city. Probably should have gone for the kill, but yeah, this movement was done so this mech can get that kill. I got the mech value, I'm happy, and I make a slight mistake. This anti-air, this wants to hit copters. It doesn't want to do stuff like this. But thankfully I had another copter. I realized my mistake, but I'm not punished by my mistake because this copter dies anyways. So then this copter dies. And that infantry dies. And yeah, I'm so aggressive here. Look at that. I'm able to hit the artillery that's back there, and I'm able to capture this city, and 3 movements with the mech. I look like I'm dominating on this one base side, but Banjo is also dominating on my one base side too, and I just continue the mech spree. So immediately Banjoey pops the hyper upgrade and goes for the hit right here, kills my recon, gets another engagement with the tank, and just starts wiping out my unit. Probably could have one shot with the anti-air. Possibly, but I guess Banjoey had their own ways to completely seal the HQ here. And yeah, there's like full coverage. Well, not... I guess maybe if you don't count the corners, he has like covered on all 4 sides. And I should have probably expected this rocket up here. Gets the hit with the airport, and rocket hits the tank, kills the infantry. And yeah, Banjoey actually gets pretty good engagements on this top side here, and shields the HQ with an infantry. There's a rocket shielding the HQ as well. Anti-air makes sense, honestly. He already has enough tanks. Another anti-air here. So when I saw this, I thought I was dead. Like, I'm just like, yeah, there's no way I'm interrupting this capture. So I'm just like, yeah, just capture the city. And just like, yeah, just toss in the anti-air. Kill the infantry, capture the headquarters. Block with the copter. And it actually is a very good blocker because there's no other anti-air that can one-shot this copter. But then I realized, I was like, wait a second. There's a chance I can save this HQ for this turn. Copter gets the hit. Copter opens up this spot down here. Tank hits. And I'm like, I gotta seal up my HQ now. And I attack with this infantry. Reason being, when this frees up, this infantry can hit. This is why you want to attack with your back units first. If this infantry was the one attacking, this infantry cannot reach to hit that HQ. So it does exactly that. And also, just to backtrack a little bit, these copters I had cowering in the corner was actually able to contribute and bust open a side to get 2-hit KOs, and I'm able to kill a bit more and then interrupt this capture. So he doesn't have a full HP infantry capturing the HQ. I have a full HP infantry capturing the HQ. And I'm just like, yeah, just don't even like give him charge. Just stand in formation, just try to block, and please let me save this HQ. Please protect that infantry. So Banjoey moves up, goes for the capture. Artillery got a lot of shots. Only has 2 shots left. That's impressive artillery, if you ask me. I just built a medium tank because, yeah, I need something strong down there. And Banjoey's able to get the tank and get the copter hit. Join caps. Moves up to defend a lot more, and rocket, instead of hitting this infantry, actually goes for the anti-air hit and is able to free up this top side. And Banjoey gets another hit on the anti-air. Kills the anti-air. Doesn't kill the anti-air. It leaves it at 1 hit and attacks me with the tank that leaves me at 5 HP. Oh no. I have 4 bars left. 2 more and I can heal to full. Banjoey could have sacrificed this infantry and then put me at like maybe 9 or 8, and then this tank comes in, deals a lot more damage, and I'll be under 5 and I can't capture that HQ. Banjoey gets more tank hits. Tank copter tank. The tank just moves up and just moves the rest of the units up and leaves it to me. We are actually at even income, to my surprise. Even unit counts. I am much lower on army value though. I do have less than a bar and a half left to make this full. I have plenty of opportunity to get this super, but I just do very simple sacks down here at the bottom. Sacrifice 1 copter. Sacrifice the other copter, and immediately I pop my hyper upgrade. This infantry is now at full. 1 capture. Done. Oh man. I'll tell you, I was definitely stressing when I was playing this game. Like I said, Banjoey was #1 seed. I was the 8th seed, so I had a lot of respect, and definitely was anticipating a very tough fight from Banjoey here. Let's go look at the stats here. So only one scop from Banjoey, 2 scops from me. Just joined for the infantry capture. So, oh man, I had a lot more value in deaths than in kills. And the army value gap matches, so you definitely could have seen that, yeah, you definitely could have seen that I was struggling here. There's a... Okay, so yeah, there's I guess our scale here for funds, I guess. Yeah, it's like there's a scale for funds, there's a scale for power usage, there's a scale for build value if you're ever curious about that. I think this is just for my side. Deaths and kills, just coming from my side. So, what happened here? So, one thing that I probably would have liked to see Banjoey do here. Oh no, that's my turn. When I probably would have liked to see Banjoey do here, a couple things actually. So, Banjoey could have had a tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have had a tank in the front instead of the back. So, yeah, this infantry can like plug up the backside here, and then there'd be a tank over here. I'd probably still be able to break it because I have a super right here. You know, a copter comes in, hits the tank here, and then hits the tank here, and then another one to, you know, this anti-air can come in and damage the infantry here. And yeah, you know, I just pop the super, and I'm able to kill the infantry on the spot. And immediately the turn after, Banjoey uses the hyper upgrade immediately. Now, I could move plan all this to try to figure it out, but I feel like the hyper upgrade, like holding on to that hyper upgrade, could have made it like near impossible to probably save this game, because if I maybe the hyper upgrade was needed to kill these 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That can only reach the anti-air. I think it's fine if it does that, but it goes for the hyper upgrade. Like, someone could probably set this up and then move plan to see if it was possible for Banjoey to not use the hyper upgrade, and then didn't even need to kill this tank. But yeah, not use the hyper upgrade and just completely, you know, if it takes 5 damage, then it could just heal up and then I lose the game right there. Yeah, like if the hyper upgrade was still here, I definitely lost this game. I only did like 3 damage, probably 4 without the super defense. But it would still be at 6. Hyper upgrade brings it back up to 10, and I'd probably lose there. And lastly, Banjoey had a lot of opportunity to do more damage to this infantry, but Banjoey actually told me that he wasn't aware of how fast my bar was growing. If I didn't have this super ready, I would have lost the game here. But yeah, this isn't terrible under the fact that if I didn't have my super, then this wouldn't be that terrible. But unfortunately, the management, I am so sorry. The power bar management and like keeping an eye on that was not there. And with just a few sacrifices, I was able to get that full capture. And like after Banjoey like hit my infantry, yeah, Banjoey this turn actually was killing a lot of my other units, and it just added up to the charge. And then I just saw an opportunity to just sack 2 copters and immediately get that super. and it was won just like that. So yeah, there was definitely chances I could have completely lost this game, and I wouldn't have been too upset because I know Banjo is a good player. So I have now made it to the top 4, the surprise upset of the number 1 seed in the top 8. Banjo, if you're watching this, this was an absolutely great game, and I hope one day I can match with you again. Maybe in live, maybe in async. I hear you're a pretty good live player, but this was a very intense game. I was shaking so much during the end game. Like, I'm glad I played that practice game because I saw it was like an HQ rush kind of map, and I just took advantage of it. And it did end up being an HQ rush, and it made it more interesting because we're Andy. We can heal our broken units. We can heal our capturing infantry to try to seal off the game. But yeah, whew, that was quite the game there, guys and gals. I hope you all enjoyed this this top 8 game that I had for you guys. Now I'm moving on to top 4, and I'm definitely gonna share my top 4 game with you guys, but that will be sometime down the road. Uploading is still kind of iffy for me, but I don't want to leave you guys in the dark for too long. Thank you all so much for watching, guys and gals. I am Advanced Warrior. You all have my warmest regards. Please take care.